Hi everyone, my name is Bade Stapleton and I'm the Managing Director of Connect Sport Australia and the founder of the Port Douglas Gran Fondo Festival. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the Australian Aboriginal people and Torres Strait Islander people as the first inhabitants of the nation. We acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands on which the Port Douglas Gran Fondo Festival takes place and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. Now, following an amazing first year, the team and I are so excited to be bringing this festival to life once again, and we thank you for joining us. We have some awesome new additions and improvements to this year to really make the event even bigger and better. Now, two of these additions are the Hartley's to Port mountain bike race and the 4 Mile Beach mountain bike sprint. I'll provide more details on these events towards the end of this video. Now, our number one priority is safety, and I'd like to take you through a number of key things to ensure you really enjoy the day and make it around the course safely. Please remember that the Port Douglas Gran Fondo isn't a race, it's just a ride. We want you to take your time riding along Great Barrier Reef Drive without traffic and really enjoy the day. Stop at all the aid stations, which are located in some of the most popular selfie locations in the region. Take some photos, grab a drink, a winner's energy bar, then enjoy this once a year opportunity to take in the spectacular views. Now, you should have all received an email to let you know that the rider information guide is now available on our website. I won't be providing a printed copy as we are trying to minimise the impact on our environment, especially having the Great Barrier Reef right on our doorstep. So in this guide, you will find all the information needed to help you prepare for the day, plan your ride, and ensure you have a wonderful day on your bike. So I won't go through everything in detail in this safety briefing, so please refer to this document should you have any questions that I don't address in this video. Or you can always drop us an email at info@portdouglasgranfondo.com.au. Now, hopefully you've taken your bike down to a local bike shop to have it safety checked and tuned ready for the ride. But if not, I'd suggest you contact your local bike shop and see if they can squeeze you in this week. If you're already in Port Douglas, then I'd suggest you pop in to see the team at Port Douglas Bike Shop and Hire. Or if you're in Cairns, then call the team at Giant Cairns and ask them if they can help you out. Now, their contact details are both in our FAQs on the website. Now, everyone must come to registration to pick up your registration pack prior to the ride. Times and locations for registration in Port Douglas or Palm Cove are listed in the rider information guide. If you have entered using your Oz Cycling membership, please bring along proof of membership to show the team as you collect your registration pack. Once the team has registered you in our system, you'll be given a registration pack. Now, inside this envelope, you'll find your seat post timing number, your helmet sticker, your wristband and a bag tag, all with matching numbers to your seat post number. The Hartley's to Port mountain bike race will also need to register, and inside your envelope, you'll find your race plate number, which includes your timing chip, and you'll have your bib number, your wristband, zip ties, safety pins, and the bag tag. So the Gran Fondo, the seat post sticker, which includes your timing chip, is to be wrapped around your seat post under your saddle. So the number is facing backwards, but just follow the instructions on the sticker. Then stick your helmet sticker to the front of your helmet so our photographers out on course can identify you. You then must put your wristband on, which has your matching rider number, please. Now, if you're riding from Palm Cove to Port Douglas in the 48-kilometre Medio Fondo, we are offering a bag drop service on the Friday afternoon between 4 to 6 p.m. and Saturday afternoon between 12 and 5 p.m, the same time as registration. Simply put your bag tag around the outside of your small bag, put anything you would like waiting for you in Port Douglas inside the bag and drop it to the team at the bag drop tent next to registration. They will check that your wristband matches your bag tag number. So please have your wristband on. Now, small bags only, please, and no other bags can be dropped off. This way, you can have a change of clothes, some shoes, etc. Please don't put any valuables inside, but they'll all be there waiting for you when you arrive in Port Douglas. There'll be a water sprayer this year to cool you down after crossing the finish line, and change tents to allow you to get changed. And we're even providing free secure bike storage, so you can relax knowing your bike is safe. Now, for our 136 kilometre and 100 kilometre Gran Fondo and the new 60 kilometre semi-Fondo riders, we'll also have a bag drop service available on Sunday. So you can also leave your bag with us that morning and have it waiting for you on your return. Your bag drop is located next to registration. Now, on Sunday morning, please allow plenty of time, especially if you haven't had a chance to pick up your registration pack on Friday or Saturday in Port Douglas or Palm Cove. You'll need to find a park, make your way to registration, line up, collect your registration pack, attach your seat post sticker, your wristband, your helmet sticker, and then you've got to find your start location. So allow plenty of time. Now, we'd recommend you put on some sunscreen before the start. We'll also have some Premax sunscreen tubes at the start lines and at all the aid stations out on course. We'd encourage you to carry 2 drink bottles on your bike and arrive at the start line with these full. We'll have water and Endura electrolyte available at the start and at all the aid stations. Now, as many of you have travelled up from the cooler climates, it's really important that you stay hydrated throughout the day. So please drink regularly and drink before you even feel thirsty. Now, as you arrive at the start line in Port Douglas or Palm Cove, look for the large inflatable arch, which is the start line. You'll also see signs up along the road with the various estimated speed groups that you were asked to select when entering. So if you could make your way to the estimated speed area that you nominated and be in place approximately 15 minutes prior to your start time, because we must start on time, so please don't be late. Now, bike mechanics from Giant Cans and Port Douglas Bike Shop and Hire will be at the start areas in both Port Douglas and Palm Cove on Sunday. So if you need any assistance before the ride begins, they're the guys to see. Now, riders are to be self-reliant and carry your own spares, but we will have these roving mechanics support out on the course. So please call the event emergency hotline number, which is on your seat post sticker, and they can assist with contacting the bike mechanics out on course. If you're riding in the 136 kilometre or 100 kilometre Gran Fondo or the 60 kilometre semi-Fondo rides, the over 30 kilometre per hour group starts at 6:30 a.m. The 26 to 30 kilometre per hour at 6:35, then the 22 to 25 at 6:40, and finally the 15 to 21 kilometres per hour group at 6:45. Now, in Palm Cove, the 48 kilometre Medio Fondo riders, in the over 30 kilometres per hour group, you're starting at 7:15, then the 26 to 30 kilometre per hour group riders at 7:18, the 21 to 25 k an hour at 7:21, and the 18 to 20 at 7:24, and finally the 14 to 17 km per hour at 7:27. Now, the only road that is fully closed to traffic is Great Barrier Reef Drive. So while you're riding on all other roads, they are open to traffic and we need to obey all road rules. Please stay to the left and ride in the shoulder when one is available. Don't ride any wider than 2 abreast unless overtaking. And even when you're overtaking, please check over your shoulder to ensure there are no cars or cyclists coming up from behind you and it's clear to do so. Please ensure you only overtake on the right. This is why it's important that riders should always stay to the left on the road, even while riding on the fully closed Great Barrier Reef Drive, as there will be faster riders coming up from behind. So it's important that you allow them space to overtake you on your right side. Now, Queensland Police, traffic controllers, event marshals and event officials will be out on course to ensure you are kept safe. So please follow their instructions at all times. There'll be riders on both sides of the road riding in opposite directions along Great Barrier Reef Drive. So it is critical that you don't cross over the centre white line. Please stay to the left of your lane to allow faster riders to pass, and also be aware that there will be official vehicles travelling in both directions throughout the day. So please stay left and allow space for these vehicles and faster riders to pass you safely on your right. With 1,000 riders, there will be a large number of riders spread out across the course. So please be aware of other riders around you and try to ride in a straight line without making any sudden turns or movements. And we all need to look out for each other and call out any potholes or on the road or fallen rocks, etc. that might be in the riding path so that the riders behind you know what's ahead. Now, if you're not confident riding in groups, then simply start at the back of your starting group, because the groups will spread out pretty quickly and you'll be able to find some clearer road to really enjoy your ride. Now, there are a few areas where you need to take extra care. These include the descents down from Rex Lookout. Our team will be there to warn you to slow down and take it easy down these descents. It's critical that you don't cross the centre white line on these descents. Take extra care on the descent down from Rex Lookout as you head south towards Palm Cove, as the corners tighten up more than you'd think. Now, we do live in the tropics, so there's always the chance of rain. But even if it does rain, it'll still be 26 to 28 degrees, so who cares? If the roads are wet, please take extra care, especially on any descents, as the roads become more slippery. And we want you all to get around safely. Now, Queensland Ambulance and a team from 1300 Medics will be roaming the course throughout the day. So if you need any medical assistance, please phone the number on your seat post sticker to arrange help or wave down the nearest event official for assistance. Now, quote the seat post number of the rider needing assistance. We obviously hope we can avoid any incidents, but rest assured, we have a great team ready to look after you if something does happen. Now, our aid stations will be clearly signed, so you will have plenty of notice that they are approaching. We'd really encourage you to stop and take in the views from these amazing destinations. All the details of their locations along the course are outlined in the Rider Information Guide. Taylor Beach Nature Reserve, Rex Lookout, Palm Cove Beach and Hartley's Crocodile Adventures are some of the most photographed areas in the region. We're pretty spoiled that these also double as our aid stations along the course. Toilets are also located at all of the aid stations this year. We'll have water, Endura Electrolyte, Winners, energy bars, gels and chews, fruit, cake, biscuits, bananas and oranges available at all the aid stations this year. There will be bins available, so please ensure any rubbish is disposed of in the bins so we can leave this beautiful environment exactly how we found it. For any locals especially, please note that when you ride up Rex Lookout heading towards Port Douglas, all riders wishing to stop at the lookout must follow the signs and pull off to the left to park your bike before crossing the road at the pedestrian crossing. Please follow the directions of our crossing marshals, as there will be riders coming from both directions. Now, the KOM and the QOM competition starts at the base of the Rex Lookout heading north towards Port Douglas. We've moved the finish line of the KOM and QOM back slightly this year to ensure everyone has the opportunity to get a time up the climb and still have the ability to exit left into the aid station. And once again, stay to the left up the climb to allow those chasing a fast time up the climb plenty of space to pass you on your right. So who's going to be our king of the mountain and queen of the mountain this year? Who knows? Now, don't forget, we're running a photo competition at each aid station as well. We have Instagram frames at each location with the correct hashtags to use at each stop. Take your photos, quote the hashtags on the frame, post them to Instagram or Facebook throughout the day, and the best photo from each location will each win an amazing Pre-Max gift pack. Now, this includes the start and finish areas in both Port Douglas and Palm Cove, so take plenty of photos, upload them throughout the day or even after you arrive at the finish line. We'll announce the winners on social media that afternoon, and then we'll contact the winners to arrange your collection of your Pre-Max prizes. And we're also running a competition for our volunteer groups who are looking after the aid stations. In our post-event survey, you will be asked to vote for your favourite aid station based on the experience provided by the volunteers. Now, the winning charity, community group or sporting club will win a further $1,000 donation. So why not stop at all the aid stations so you can see who is the best? Now, just a reminder that as you approach Port Douglas, you'll be turning right off Great Barrier Reef Drive and onto Port Douglas Road for the final 5 kilometres of your ride. You'll once again be riding on open roads, so please stay to the left and inside the bike lane. We must get Great Barrier Reef Drive open by 1:30 p.m. at the latest, so we will have a sag wagon following our last riders on course. Now, if it appears you won't make the time cut, we may ask you to jump in the van so we can drive you to a spot where you can get out and ride the final few kilometres to the finish, or even stay in the van until we get back to Port Douglas. Then you'll be riding down Wharf Street towards the timing finish line. What a spectacular location to finish the ride, right in front of the Crystal Brooks Super Yacht Marina. You'll see signs saying timing finish line right in front of the marina, but no finish arch. For those chasing their fastest time, this is where you can empty the tank and sprint to the finish line. But then the course will continue to take you around to the back of the marina, next to the water, where you'll find the finish arch, and you'll also hear Mark Beretta from Sunrise and 7 Sport on the microphone welcoming you to the finish of an amazing ride. Please take care though as you approach the finish arch, as there are 2 speed humps on the road. Now, as you pass under the finish arch, our wonderful volunteers will have a special gift waiting for you. Can't say too much, but hopefully you'll love it. Now, we'll have plenty of water, Enduro electrolyte, there'll be ice, winners bars and chews and food available for you when you arrive to help you recover. The recovery area will have live music, an outside bar which is opening at 10 a.m, food trucks, cold drinks, free massage courtesy of Pre-Max, and the team from Recovery Labs will have ice bars and recovery boots to help you recover. Now, we're offering a free secure bike parking area for anyone who would like to leave their bike with us to take the worry away about looking after your bike. Now, the location is in the rider information guide. There'll be plenty of directional signage, so simply follow these and you'll find the team waiting for you to check your bike in. Simply drop your bike off, and when you return, you just need to have your wristband still on your wrist with your rider number, which matches the bike seat number, so we can then hand over your bike to the correct person. Now, don't forget to collect your bags from the bag drop area. This will be in a slightly different location from where you drop them off in the morning. It will be located just inside at the water end of the marina. The water sprayer will be located out on the grass right next to the change tents to allow you to cool down, get changed, so you can really enjoy the rest of the morning and afternoon in Port Douglas. Now, Hemingway's Brewery, Choo Choo's at the marina, and the rest of the restaurants at the Crystal Brooks Super Yacht Marina, they'll all be open and ready to welcome you in for a cold drink and a tasty meal. Or go for a walk through the markets, they're fantastic. Explore Crossan Street, the local street. Enjoy lunch in one of the amazing restaurants and cafes in Port Douglas. Even go for a walk down to 4 Mile Beach, it's spectacular. Or simply relax and recover in the recovery area. Now, for those who have booked a bike and rider transfer back to Palm Cove, you can drop your bike at the secure bike storage area as well. We'll carefully load your bike onto your transport truck. Now, the bikes will then be transported back to Palm Cove, and they'll be waiting for you when you arrive on your pre-booked exemplar coaches and limousine shuttle, and they'll transfer you down. Now, these transfers will depart from the Marina car park in front of the Quicksilver shop. Now, thank you for watching, and I want to wish you all a safe and enjoyable ride on Sunday, the 10th of September. We hope to see you back again from the 6th to 8th of September in 2024, so enjoy it. But before we go, we need to talk to you about our newest events on the program, the Hartley's to Port Mountain Bike Race and the 4 Mile Beach Sprint. Now, as outlined earlier, you will also need to pick up your registration pack on either Friday afternoon or arrive early on the Saturday morning when Rego opens at 6 a.m. at Hartley's Crocodile Adventures. Just make sure you leave yourself plenty of time, as you'll need to fit your race plate, your bib and your wristband prior to the start. Now, if you're driving to the start, please park in the Hartley's overflow parking area just as you turn into Hartley's. Now, we'll need to keep the car park closest to the front door free for the start. Now, if you need to book a transfer for you and your bike to get to the start or back to Hartley's after the finish of the race, please do this via our website. But feel free to contact the team if you need any help with this on our info@portdouglasgranfondo.com.au. As you arrive, you will see the start arch and the starting area right near the front doors of Hartley's. The Rego tent will be located closest to the front doors of Hartley's. So if you need to pick up your Rego pack, please head straight over to the tent. At the Rego tent, we will also have water and Enduro electrolyte available to start the ride. You'll also be able to drop a bag with us at the Rego tent, and we'll have this waiting for you at the finish line. Please, there'll be a bag tag in with your rider number inside your pack. Please attach this to the outside of your bag so it's visible, and that's got to match your wristband, so have your wristband on before you drop your bag to the bag drop. Now, given the smaller entry numbers that we have and a challenging 5K climb right at the start of the ride, which will really spread out the field, we've decided that we just have two starting groups. The e-bike category will depart first at 7:30 a.m. and all other categories will depart together at 7:35 a.m. So at 7:15, we'll ask all the e-bike riders to make their way to the front of the start line and all of the other categories lining up behind these riders. We'll do a quick safety briefing just prior to the start, which will happen right on 7:30. Now, the King of the Mountain and Queen of the Mountain start line is right after you make the left-hand turn onto Quade Road. It's a 5K climb with an average gradient of 8.2%. It's going to be a test for everyone out there, especially on cold legs. Now, the top of the climb will be marked with a finish arch and signage to indicate the end of the KOM and QOM segment. I wonder who's going to take out these awards for the first time. Now, just an FYI, the e-bike category is not eligible to win this prize. Now, Quade Road is fully closed, but please be aware that there are still some official vehicles that may need to pass you along this road, so endeavour to stay left as much as this rough road will allow. There will be an aid station just after you make the right turn onto Black Mountain Road, so take advantage of this. Fill up your bottles or your Camelback and grab a snack before heading off. Now, the next 15 kilometres are rolling hills through this beautiful rainforest. Black Mountain Road will also be fully closed, but still be aware of those official vehicles. We'll have directional signage along the course to ensure you stay on course. You'll also see red caution signs with 3 down arrows. This is to warn you to take care ahead, as there is either a steep descent, a water crossing, a rocky section, etc. Now, as you turn right onto the famous bump track, the first part of the track is a bit rolling before you come to the steep descent at the 27 kilometre mark. Now, please take care at this section of the ride. We want everyone to make it down safely. Now, in the case of an emergency, we do have Queensland Ambulance and 1300 medics on course. Now, unfortunately, the course takes us through many areas that are out of mobile range. So if you need assistance and you can't reach us on the emergency number, which is on the back of your race plate, please flag down someone and ask them to relay the message to the closest official. We'll get to you ASAP. But let's all ride safely so the medical team can have an easy morning. Now, after you reach the bottom of the bump track, you'll find another aid station. And from here, you'll need to follow the arrows as you make your way through Mowbray. There are small sections of the course where you'll be riding on the road. Now, these roads are open to traffic, so please take care. They are very quiet roads, but you just never know. Now, take care as you pass under the highway through the stormwater drain. You'll then come across some traffic controllers and marshals to help guide you through the streets of Craiglee as you make your way through to 4 Mile Beach. Now, there will be some sections through here where you'll be riding along footpaths. So please be aware of other cyclists and pedestrians who might be coming the other way on these paths. Now, once you hit the sand, you'll have 4 kilometres to go. Now, please be aware that the beach is open to the public, so there'll no doubt be plenty of people on the beach, and there's no doubt going to be some dogs along the way as well, so just be careful. Now, look for the hard sand as you make your way towards the finish line. The finish arch will be further up the sand, and you'll see some orange cones lined out for about 250 metres prior to the finish line. Now, these are there for the 4 Mile Beach sprint race, so don't enter the finish area here. There'll be another line of cones just prior to the finish arch to bring you up to the finish line itself. We'll also have a special surprise for you when you cross your finish line, and hopefully you'll love it too. You can then make your way up to the grass area in front of the Port Douglas Surf Club, where we'll have water, Enduro electrolyte and some snacks. If you're not competing in the 4 Mile Beach Sprint, then you can use the wash areas to hose off and clean your bikes. Then it's time to relax for a while. The presentations, they'll commence straight after the 4 Mile Beach Sprint race. Now, if you haven't entered the 4 Mile Beach Sprint, there's still plenty of time, because if you've entered the Hartleys to Port, it's only another $10. So be part of history as we run this event for the very first time anywhere in the world. So we will wait for the majority of our riders to finish the Hartleys to Port race before we kick off for the first round of the sprint. So listen out for Mark Beretta, who will announce when to head down to the beach start line. Now, the first round of the sprint will be timed to determine the matchups for the following rounds. So the fastest time in round 1 will go head to head with the slowest time. Second fastest against the second slowest, etc. There won't be much rest time between the rounds, so it might not be the fastest sprinter who wins, but a rider who has the best endurance. But who knows? It's never been done before, so it'll be interesting to see. Now, once we've found our sprint champions, we'll conduct the presentations for both events for all categories under the finish arch. Now, we've got some awesome trophies for the winners in each category and $1,000 in prize money split between the first 3 men and women across the finish line, excluding the e-bikes. Now, with everyone starting at the same time this year, I wonder which category will take out the overall win. Now, you can then head up to the grass, wash off your bikes, grab a drink and a snack before heading off. But I'd really encourage everybody to stick around for the Port Douglas Gran Fondo Festival and head over to watch the Lexus of Cairns Criterium from the comforts of the Hemingway's Brewery Trackside Bar, which kicks off at 1 p.m. We've got a big screen to watch all the action. Then you've got the Choo Choo's free family ride before the Hemingway's Brewery Sprint kicks off. So much going on. So it'll be an awesome afternoon and evening in Port Douglas. So why not hang around? Now, thanks for watching. We can't wait to share this awesome event with you all. Now, thank you to all of our sponsors, especially the Douglas Shire Council, Tourism Events Queensland, Cairns Regional Council, Tourism Port Douglas Daintree, Tourism Tropical North Queensland, Cairns Airport, Lexus of Cairns, and Hit FM. We simply can't run this event without your support and all of our other wonderful sponsors. Thanks also to the amazing team of volunteers who have given up their time to help us run this event for you. Now, I hope you have a blast, and we see you back here again 6th to the 8th of September in 2024. We'll have even more events for you to enjoy. So thanks again. Get out there and enjoy it.